Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going over Unit 4, Lesson 6, and we are going over partial product multiplication. So we're using some different multiplication strategies to help us multiply some big numbers. Okay, please join me in your math journal, page 119. Okay, I got us started off the bat here on page 119, painting Helen's sidewalk, our math message, our warm-up today. Helen wants to paint part of the sidewalk for her block party. She needs to know the area of the sidewalk so she'll know how much paint to buy. The sidewalk is 5 feet wide, so I drew that out, and 660 feet long. What is the area of Helen's sidewalk? Well, we know area model is, I'm just going to write this, you don't have to right here, length times width equals area. Okay, so we need to figure out how much paint she needs to buy to cover all this area. So we drew a picture to represent Helen's sidewalk. You can pause this video and do the same as I have. Okay, welcome back. Now what we're going to do is we're going to break these up. We're going to partition them again. So 660 feet, that's going to be a tough one to multiply by. Okay, what is this 6? What space is that 6 in? The ones, tens, hundreds. So I'm going to write 600. 600 plus what is 660? I'm just going to choose 60. Maybe you personally like 500, 160. You can do that. Anything that if you add them together and equals 660, that would work, and you could divide it into however many boxes you want. Okay, so now I go 600 times, what's this number? 5 equals... Okay, so we take our friendly numbers. 6 times 5 equals 30. And how many zeros? 1, 2, and nothing behind here. So we go 2 more. 1, 2, 3,000. Now we take this number, 60, whatever's on top, times whatever's on the side, times 5 equals 6 times 5, friendly numbers, 30. How many zeros? 1. So we add 1 more 0. So now we add these two numbers together. Please pause the video and you can catch up. Think to yourself, maybe you want to work ahead and look back at the rest of this question after you're done to see how much you actually do remember. That is a good learning skill. So pause the video, think to yourself, what do we do next with these two numbers? Because we're not done yet. Okay, so we go 3,000 plus 300. And we add those together to give us 3,300 feet. We need to add, right up here, what they want us to do is actually write in the equation that we used. So our complete equation in all of this would have been 5 times, because that's length, or is 660, excuse me, times width is 5 equals, now we can fill in our answer, 3,300. Remember, when I do lots of circles, that means my final answer. Okay, so show how you figured out the area of the sidewalk. We're going to skip that part because we already did on the image above, so I can see that. We're going to just move on here to number 3. That way that we've already learned and practiced up here, we call that partitioned rectangle method, because it's a rectangle and we partitioned. Remember, we talked over the meaning. Partition means like to break it down into sections. Okay, so we're going to use that method right here, and then I'm going to teach you partial products in a little bit, because maybe you'll like one way more than another way. Here we go. The mayor wants to beautify part of the highway by planting marigolds. She wants to plant 4 marigolds along every foot of the highway for an entire mile or 5,280 feet. So how many marigolds will she need? Wow, that is a large number, 5,280 feet. And she's going to do 4 on every single one. Wow. Going to make this rectangle long. Okay. I like to do a place at a time, right? Okay, so I'm going to do 5,000 here. I'll do 200 here because I did my thousands place. Now I'm doing my hundreds place, 200. And then 880. I didn't leave enough space right there, but if I added all these together, that would give me 5,280. So in our box, we need to write out our work, 5,000 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3. And we put them in. So let's fill in our equations for these last two. Please pause the video. Okay, it would be 200 times 4. And then 80 times 4. I'm going to have you pause the video, times the friendly numbers, and come up with our answers for each rectangle that we partitioned. Okay, so 200 times 4 is 800, 80 times 4 is 320. And I circled our little answers there. So next step, what do we do? Add, subtract, multiply, divide. We add them together. So make sure we have our numbers lined up, or else we might get off track. 20,000, this one was 800, and this last box is 320. And we are adding them together. So zeros, 2, 8 plus 3 is 11, 21,120. Wow, 21,120. Okay, I jumped that up to the answer. Now I'm going to show you, like I promised, a new way. So another way, which is a way probably most of your parents learned how to multiply, would be 5,280. So we take our total amount and then whatever we want to times it by, which is 4. Okay, so now we call this one partial product multiplication. It ends up being a lot easier and a lot less writing. So if you can actually get this method down, it's helpful because, like I said, it just is a lot less writing. So you're able to be more efficient. Okay. So, but it doesn't matter if this way is working for you when you're done. That's fine too, but I'm still going to teach you another way so you have another tool in your tool belt. So we always start on the right. Okay, where do we start? On the right. Say it with me, on the right. You're right. Okay. And I'm going to say that a lot just because that helps us. So when I say start on the right, we start on the number on the right. Let's say this number was 14. I would start with the 4, but it's not. It's just a regular 4. I do not have an eraser. Okay, so now we take this 4 and we times it by the number on the right. So 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 8 is 32. Okay, so our number is 32. The 2 goes on the bottom, just almost like when we're adding, and the 3 goes on top. Now we go to the next number. 4 times 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. And now we add whatever number is on top of there. So 8 plus 3, 9, 10, 11. So we've got the number 11 here. So we'd put the ones in the 1 space and the 10s on top. Now we're ready for the next number. So we'll go 4 times 5 is 20. And then we add however many is up there. 20 plus 1 is 21. Look at how much less writing this equation is compared to this. Yes, you need to write your little numbers on top, I'll just change that to a 0. But that'll help us know, okay, this is what they did. They did 8 times 4 and they got 32. How can I prove that? The 3 is the tens and the 2 is down here below. Okay. I'm sorry, I did that little 1 there. I really just wanted to show you how we get there. So that was a tough step 1. It's okay. It'll get easier and we'll keep trying. Okay. So now for number 1, they gave us the equation here. So we're going to solve it the way I just showed you. And then we're also going to do it the partitioned rectangle, the one where we break it into a couple parts. Okay, so here we go. We're starting on the right. The what? Right. You're right. Okay, so we go 7 times 4 is 28. So if we have the number 28, the 8 goes on the bottom and we carry the 2. Okay, then we go 5 times 7, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 35, plus 2 more is 37. Well, since we can't, there's nothing there, then we just bring down the 3 right away. 378, and we circle our answer. Okay, now we'll prove that to you using the partition method this time. So 7 and 54. So I'm going to take 50, I'm going to take 4, 50 times 7, 4 times 7. Okay, solve those 2, copy her down. At any point, you can definitely pause this video and try to solve. Okay, 50 times 7 times friendly numbers, 35, 1, 0, 350. 4 times 7, 28, add them together, 378. So both ways give us the same answer, so we know our answer is correct. I just turned the pages all. I'm on page 120. I wanted to clarify that. Okay, so we've got partial products again. Actually, I'll come back to that one. So this is our equation for number 2 over here. So I see we're going into the hundreds place. So I'm going to give myself some extra room. 542 is our total answer times 7, or our one side times 7. So we go 542. So 500 times 7. Okay, you start filling in and unpause when you're done. Okay, so we got 3,500. Our first spot, second box, 280 and 14 in the last. Added them together, 3,794. Okay, so we always start partial products. We always start where? The left or the right? The right, your right. What side? Right. So 7, and the 2 is on the right as well. 7 times 2 is actually 14. So I put the 4 down here, the 1 up top. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 1 more is 29. And I'm just kind of showing you these numbers on the side. So the 9 goes down below, the 2 on top. Okay, so now we go 7 times 5, 35, plus 2 more, 37. The 7 goes down below, and the 3, since there's nothing there, goes in the front. 3,794. A lot less writing. Okay, I want you to try numbers 1 on your own, and then we'll come to we're on page 121 right now in our math journals. Okay, and so you're trying number 3 on your own, and we're going to check in at number 4. So stop the video when you're done. Okay, so we're checking in. We're on number 4. 5 times 9 is 45. So you put the 5 on the bottom, the 4 on top. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 plus 4 more is 31. oops, 31. So 1 on the bottom, the 3 on top. 9 times 6. Okay, if we don't know our nines trick, lay out our hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to tuck that under. Whatever is in front are our tens. Whatever is behind are our ones. 54. 54 plus 3 more, that rhymes, is 57. And we do our comma after the third one. Okay. Try. Okay, so now we're going to jump back to your number 3 and see how you did. Okay, so we go 6 times 7 is 42. We wrote 42, so 2 is there, the ones. And then we go to the 4. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 4 more is 28. 8 goes on the bottom. Since there's nothing in front, we just bring down the 2 right away. And we circle our answer, 282. Okay, we're going to jump to number 6. Okay. And so you pause the video here, do number 5, and then unpause when you're ready for number 6. I know it looks intimidating because we're now in the thousands place, but it's really not that difficult, okay? So let's keep trying. So we start what side? On the right. Where? Right. Your right. Okay. So 6 times 5 is 30. Okay. Now we go just the same as always, even though there's a 0. So we go 0 times 5 is 0, plus 3 more is 3. There's nothing to carry over, so we keep going. 5 times 0 is 0. So we keep our lines up good. 5 times 4 is 20. There's nothing in front, so we do our 20 right here. And now we count 1, 2, 3, and our comma, and that's our answer, 20,030. Wow. Okay, let's jump back to your number 5. Okay, so I got 10,272. We'll go over it. 8 times 4 is 32. So I put the 2 down, the 3 on top. 8 times 8 is 64, plus 3 more is 67. 7 goes in the ones place. Tens goes on top and over. So 6, so now we go 8 times 2 is 16, plus 6 more is 22. Ones place. Down here, tens place on top. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 2 more is 10. And that's our lesson today.